Okay, good. Good pop there for 120. Hey, welcome back to session 2 of my road to a 350-yard drive. In this video, you're going to learn a lot about speed training, the best kind of techniques, and hopefully by following this and tracking my journey on the way to 350-yard drive in the fairway, you'll be able to gain distance too. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. Yes, I can still continue my journey to hit the ball longer and straighter from tee to green, but I'm really going to start putting more focus into the longer part of it coming up in the next few months. The goal of this series is to hit a 350-yard or more drive straight down the fairway. For that, I'm going to need the magic numbers of at least 120 miles an hour of clubhead speed, 180 miles an hour or more of ball speed, and that should, with perfect launch and spin optimized, it should yield me a drive of about 350 yards. All right, let's get started again. I've got the orange whip and pretty much all the products that you're going to see me using today. I'm going to leave links to those down in the description below if you want to pick them up. You can follow along with all this with your own driver. It is much more effective to use some of these specialized tools that I'm going to show you in this video, but not absolutely mandatory. You can still do a good amount of speed training with just your own driver. All right, this is my warm-up exercise. Now bear in mind, I've already done a 10-15 minute warm-up. I walked, I stretched a little bit, but still this to get me fully loose, ready for speed, kind of get my swing in rhythm and long. Gonna do a set of about 10 of these where I just build up the speed slowly. All right, already I'm up to 97 on the orange whip. My all-time high, I believe, is 108. First video, I wasn't pushing as hard. I'm going to be a little more aggressive today as I came out of the first session, not feeling any ill effects or soreness, no hint of any injury. So I'm going to push a little bit harder today. Let's do about 3 more of these and let's see if I can't pop for 3 digits on here. Just warming up with the orange whip. These are not my hardest swings. Let's give it about 2 or 3 more. 102. All right, we got a 102 in there, so that's new high water mark for the orange. Just kind of getting loose. Now you might not see your high scores until a couple of sets in because you're kind of getting the feel for it. There's still a little bit of a warm-up effect. All right, I'm going to move back for the next set to the fully loaded ripstick here. Now there's a few of these sticks on the market. You've got the super speed sticks, which are great. You've got the stack, which they all obviously work. So why would I choose this one? Because, you know, I've checked into all of them to sell on my pro shop. I just like this one the best because they're giving me the most money. No, has nothing to do with money, I promise. I like this because of how easy you can switch it on the fly. So the super speed requires 3 sticks. It's more expensive. This combines it into one. A lot easier to kind of keep it in your bag, keep it with you. 1 is better than 3. And the ease of use, you know, to change the weight, you just got to unscrew it a quarter turn and you pull out these little 30-gram bullets and you can change the weight. There's also a back weight on here where you can really load it up with some heavier weight too. I don't like to use the back weight. I really like to hone in on specifically a very tight window of weights. Now, the stack is just fine too. In fact, what I love about the stack is that it comes with, this comes with 30-gram weights, but with the stack, I believe there's smaller weights, so you can really mix up the weighting. keep it in a really tight range. You can do, 15 grams difference. So a little more subtle, which I really like. What I don't like as much about it is it's not full driver length. And what I also don't like about it is the cost. So this is at least $100 less. Really easy to swap on the fly. You can just put the bullets in your pocket and you can swing 4 different weights out of this, which really gets the job done. The weights fall within reasonable scientific efficacy. So we're going to give it a try here. It's fully loaded at 360 grams. Now my driver is between 310, 315. So you're looking at about, somewhere in the neighborhood of a 15% or so increase, a little less than 15%. You'll find studies out there that want you to keep around plus or minus 12% or even plus or minus 10%. The real truth is just getting out here to do the work, even if it doesn't fall exactly into the parameters that have been found by pretty vigorous scientific inquiry now. The real truth is get out and do it. That is the thing that will actually make it work. So we're going to give it a try with this heavy. This is plus 15%. Let's give it a few cracks. Okay, so last time I went 70%, 80, 90, 100, 100. Say this time, today I'm going to be a little more aggressive. I'm going to go maybe 80, 90, 100, 100, 100 this time. So a little more aggressive push to maximum. So there's 97. We'll start getting more aggressive now. 105, pretty good. Okay. 105, one more to go 106. 109 with the heavy. So I'm already seeing benefits in my second session. I definitely wasn't able to get this to 109 miles an hour. All right, next set, I'm going to take the ripstick here. And again, by just giving it a little quarter turn to loosen it, I'm going to pull one of these 30-gram weight bullets, I call them bullets, out. And then close it back up again. Keep the other weights in securely. Now we've got 330 grams. So 330 grams compared to my normal driver weight of about right around 313 or something like that, now represents about a 6%, maybe 7% overweight. This is giving us resistance we're giving more resistance to the accelerating phase to hopefully strengthen, get the muscle fibers popping for more force. Of course, all this has to be coordinated by the central nervous system. Most of your speed gains are going to be coordination, not change in muscle fibers necessarily, or say amount or size of mitochondria. That all starts to change, but especially most of the first gains you get, they're going to be increased range of motion. They're going to be coordination. All right, see what we can get out of this one. Hopefully I can get this faster than 109 because it is lighter. You'd think I could. Okay, 110. 109. Pop for 116. All right, feeling a little more encouraged today than the other day. Let's give it one more shot here, maybe 2. Okay, slower. All right, 110. So that 116 seems to be an anomaly, and I explained this in the first video, and I'll leave a link to the first video down below. You can go back and review. It's going to be great to go back to that first video and review all my speeds on all these implements. You notice I was hovering around 110 for that set, except for one that popped at 116. I've experienced this phenomenon before. It's very interesting how it almost seems like you get like a machine error. And then for the next few sessions, you can't duplicate it. And yet you'll start to coalesce behind it. So my next session, I would expect to get 112 to 114 every time. So my average of 5 swings might be higher in my next session, but I won't break my record. I'll coalesce behind that 116, kind of nudging it, and then I'll pop again. Now I have no idea what this phenomenon is, but it just seems to be what happens. You have this single pop where everything just kind of falls into place, and then you build up behind it. All right, taking out a second bullet. My normal driver is 313. We're now down to 300, which would represent, well, that's about a 4% under. So we'd call this overspeed training now, causing me to go faster than I ordinarily would with my driver by going lighter. It tricks your body into making everything go faster, just move faster in terms of degrees per second. So let's give it a try here. Looking for sets of 5. You can do sets of 6 too. Don't want to do these fatigue, so I'm giving it time to catch my breath, and you'll see. Make fun of me now, but you do this and see how out of breath you get after about the 3rd set. All right, here we go. It's 300 grams. $118 right off the bat. Nice. $112. One more. Whew, 120. Much more encouraging, certainly up from the other day. So that's the 300 grams. Now, last time I went through a really vigorous speed training program, pretty sure I was able to get this weight up to about 133 or 134. That's about what I need to be shooting for here if I'm going to achieve over 120 with a ball under control, to where I can also hit straight down the fairway consistently. I'll need to go train for higher than that. Most guys you see on TV, if you were to dare them, lay down a $100 bill, they can go 7 to 10 miles an hour faster minimum. Some guys even faster. If you just said, hey, I'll bet you can't swing 125 or 130. A lot of them would shock you. Of course, we've seen what Bryson did at the World Long Drive. He went 413 yards, probably in the vicinity of 146, maybe 147 miles an hour. Just absolutely ridiculous what he can do. Of course, distance itself is only a small part of achieving a good score on the course. It's a fun part of it. And clubhead speed is only a small part of achieving distance. There's other pieces to the puzzle we can't forget about. So if I'm going to get this 350-yard drive, you'll think at first glance, you would say, well, I didn't know you could get that out of 120 miles an hour. Theoretically, yes, but I'm going to have to also hit it flush to get the full smash factor, 180 ball speed, and I'm going to have to really get launch and spin under control in order to push that. So theoretically, it is possible to get about 353 yards out of 120, but everything will have to be operating well. This speed is only one piece of the puzzle. Just keep that in mind. All right, we're now down to no bullets left here. I got all 3 bullets in my pocket, so now we're down to the lightest I'm going to go, which is 270. Now, if you're a slower swinger, there's a product I really, really highly recommend you get, and that's the Speed Whoosh. I'm not using it today. I might bring it out in another session. I recommend that highly for someone who's, say, 100 miles an hour below with their normal clubhead speed, maybe even 95 or below. I think once you get up really high, I think it starts to be a little too light and not specific enough. And so I'm going to skip that one in most of these sessions, but I highly recommend the speed whoosh to train you how to pop for speed. A lot of people get great benefit out of swinging that, especially if they are shorter hitters. So, all right, here we go with a set at 270. I just did 120 with the 300, so you would think I could pop for over 120 with this one. Now, the score to beat from last time is 119. That was my high on session number 1. So 121 or better would be a victory here. Let's see. 117. Ooh, slower. Slower yet. 17, one more. One more. These are really slow. Could be just haven't rested enough. One more good one here. 13. Okay, for some reason, it's very interesting. Could be fatigue. Maybe I need to rest a little more before I do the next set, but sometimes you never know. There's certain weights that are right in your sweet spot. I'll mark this down. Remember, I need to maybe work a few more sets with the lighter. All right, let's do a couple more sets facing the camera this time, just to give you a little different view. For this set I'm gonna be using, it's about the same weight, but it's an actual golf club. So this is the Cleveland XL 270 that I got on eBay. Ultralight shaft, ultralight head, ultralight grip, brings the total weight down. Oh, it's about 14–15% lighter than my normal driver. Again, the intent is to swing all out, no form, all speed, beast mode, grunt at it. I'm going to be going about 80, 90, 100, 100, 100 here. Trying to up it each time by just a little bit. Here we go. Oh, 109. 119, that's a little better. See if we can crack 120 with this guy. 18. Okay, good. Good pop there for 120. Whew. So that is my first swing at 120 with any implement. Now I'm doing it with a lighter stick and I'm going all out. So that shows you how much work I'm gonna have to do. This is not gonna be easy or quick. Whew. The good news for me is that I've been there before, so there's hopefully some kind of muscle memory. Still gotta hit the head with a ball peen hammer maybe and restart that old hard drive in my brain, and maybe there's some still memory on moving fast. But I want to swing 120 with my driver with a ball under cruise control where I can hit it straight. All right, one more set for today. This will be with more of a gamer driver. This is a 63 gram House of Forged black diamond shaft. This is about a 7-degree Geek DCT head, which I still really like these heads. Standard half cord grip, about 313 or so grams net weight. So the high water mark from the first session was 113. So if I can go 114 or higher, that'll be a really big win for the session today, because we'll have eked out even a little bit of gain. Now, I'm probably going to have to get, I would say 127, maybe even 130 with this type of practice session with no ball, if I'm going to easily achieve 120 under control. So, a long way to go. All right. 114, maybe 115 or bust here. Here we go. Okay. 110. Okay, 113. Here we go. Push. 112. Maybe two more. Okay, one more. Whew. All right, got to 113 again. Feeling pretty fatigued, pretty out of breath. Might give this one more after I shut this down. A couple more sets to try to, so close. I'm going to give myself a couple more chances today. Feel like I really got something accomplished. So a lot of energy there. Got to breathe for a minute or so after each set because it's collectively really starts to get you. All right, so did reach 120 today on a light club, so a little bit of progress there. Overall, there's been a little bit of progress since the first session. Keep tuning in. This does work, I promise. I wouldn't be doing it because it has worked before. I've gone, I went from 110 to 120 a couple of springs ago. Picked up 17 miles an hour with each stick I was using, but it was 10 usable miles an hour out on the course, which was really exciting to get that type of speed back again. So, hey, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you will go down in the description and check out some of the products I think are highly useful for speed training and getting your speed up. You can kind of see how I'm doing it now. And hopefully in session 3, the next one you see, I'll pop for some more high water marks here coming up. So hey, I'll either see you in the next video or I'll see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.